For over 20 years, he has been the president of one of the world's most powerful nations. His controversial decisions as a leader have placed him under intense public scrutiny, generating a wide range of opinions both for and against him. Today, Vladimir Putin's life remains shrouded in a dense veil of mystery, making the former KGB agent a true enigma, difficult to decipher. In this video, we will discover what a day in the life of Russia's president is like. We will learn what time he usually wakes up, what his favorite dishes are, what his exercise routine consists of, what his daily activities are, and above all, how and when he makes his most important decisions. Are you ready for the tour? Let's begin. For many, leading a great nation like Russia might seem like a truly Herculean task, one that would require paying attention to every detail from the very early hours of the morning. However, contrary to what one might think, President Putin typically sleeps in, waking up almost always at 11 a.m. Once awake, he proceeds to eat his breakfast, which is quite simple compared to that of other world leaders. It usually consists of a cup of coffee with a good omelet, some fresh fruit, cheese slices, and a salad of beets or other vegetables. While it may not seem out of the ordinary, it's worth noting that these dishes are made with exclusive products from farms belonging to Patriarch Kirill, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church. Additionally, he has his own private chef, who besides knowing his tastes very well, also accompanies him on every trip abroad, always ensuring that every detail is to his utmost satisfaction. Something that has come to light is the fact that the head of the Kremlin does not consume milk. It is unknown whether this is due to lactose intolerance or simply a matter of taste, but the fact is that this beverage must never be on his menu. Once ready, it's time for his daily exercise routine. The first thing he does is dedicate 2 hours to swimming in the indoor pool of his enormous mansion, an activity that keeps him in shape and allows him to think more clearly when making important decisions. Speaking of his luxurious residence, Vladimir Putin resides in a historic 19th century estate called Novo Ogoryovo, located in the Odintsovsky district, about 10 kilometers from Moscow. Since 2000, it has been the official state residence of the President of Russia. The property, which was remodeled in 2008 to the leader's taste, features a huge main villa, the pool where he usually swims, a church, a guest house, a sports complex, and even a practical helipad and private train stations. After a good dip, it's time to hit the gym to strengthen and tone his muscles using weights and exercise machines. After all, for him, it is important to have the necessary energy to fulfill his presidential duties, as well as to perform at his best in what is undoubtedly his greatest passion, sports. And at 71 years old, he still maintains himself like a true athlete, allowing him to have optimal performance in various sports disciplines, actively participating in his own ice hockey league or even excelling in the practice of judo, a martial art in which he has received countless decorations, even being named honorary president by the International Judo Federation, a title that was removed after the attacks on Ukraine. It is worth noting that during his exercise routine, Putin usually wears only the best in sports apparel. Just the usual outfit for his physical activities cost about $3,500. The same applies to the rest of his wardrobe, where it is possible to find a wide variety of luxury suits from exclusive brands like Khitan and Brioni, which give him that air of grandeur with which he usually handles each and every matter of great importance during his presidential term. And this is precisely the next item on his agenda, putting on his best suit and heading to the capital to get down to his daily activities. While dealing with Moscow traffic can be a headache, this doesn't pose any inconvenience for the head of state, as he has a private route that allows him to reach the Kremlin headquarters in less than 25 minutes. Once in his office, he works peacefully without needing to use any kind of digital media, and with the certainty that all the information that crosses his desk will be completely secure. His only means of communication with the outside world is through an old Soviet-era telephone, thus eliminating the risk of intrusion by hackers and, therefore, any kind of espionage. One of the first things he does is meticulously review each of the intelligence reports from his main security agencies. Then he reviews the news from various media outlets, both local and foreign, paying special attention to the latter in order to find out if any topic related to Russian interests is being discussed. Putin dedicates approximately 1 hour to this activity and follows it strictly, even if he is outside the country. Once this is done, he goes to the opulent halls of the Kremlin to meet with his government cabinet to address various issues of national interest, as well as to meet with other world leaders or, on occasion, to speak with the media. Although it may seem like a sign of discourtesy, The president often arrives quite late for these meetings, making attendees wait for up to 4 hours. This, of course, depends on the level of urgency of the topic at hand. There are few times when Vladimir Putin leaves the country, and when he does, he takes rigorous measures to guarantee his safety. One of these measures is the use of 3 airplanes for his travel. The first is reserved exclusively for him and his most trusted staff, equipped with state-of-the-art communication and security systems. This plane, an Ilyushin Il-96-300PU, is specially modified for the president's needs, including an office, a bedroom, and a conference room. The second plane transports the rest of the delegation, including support staff and additional security. The third plane, used as a decoy, follows a different route to distract and confuse any assassination attempts. In addition to the planes, on-the-ground security is equally strict. Before his arrival anywhere in the world, the luxurious hotels where he stays must be thoroughly checked and verified by his intelligence services, the SVR and the FSB. These services conduct exhaustive inspections that include checking all rooms, installing security equipment, and implementing restricted access protocols. These measures are not only due to the fact that he is one of the most important heads of state on the world political scene, but also to the enormous degree of distrust of the leader himself, which is perfectly understandable if we take into account his past as an agent of the mythical Soviet KGB. For this reason, he has a loyal team of employees, including the chef, cleaning services, and doctors, always ready to attend to all his needs. After a busy day in the evening, Putin enjoys a healthy dinner, often accompanied by a little caviar. What cannot be missing is dessert, a delicious pistachio ice cream. Although many might think this would be his ideal moment to enjoy some good vodka, the truth is that unlike the average Russian, Vladimir Putin does not usually consume alcohol beyond an occasional glass at diplomatic events or meetings. After dinner, Vladimir Putin dedicates several late-night hours to work. Known for being a night owl, the leader prefers these late hours because he finds greater mental clarity and fewer external distractions, which allows him to make important decisions on the topics discussed during the day. This calmer environment is ideal for reviewing reports, analyzing data, and planning strategies. Finally, between 3 and 4 a.m., it's time to go to sleep to regain energy and face the challenges of the next day, both on a political level and in his many physical and sports activities. The reality is that it is not known whether he sleeps alone, since he has been divorced since 2013 from his ex-wife, Lyudmila Ochrytnaya, to whom he was married since 1983. From this relationship, 2 daughters were born, Maria, born in 1985, and Yekaterina, born in 1986. After his divorce, he began a relationship with the Olympic gymnast Alina Kabaeva, with whom he is said to have 2 children, whom he keeps completely away from the media. But all of this is based on rumors. What we are sure of is his fervent love for animals, especially dogs, which he treats with special affection and adoration. He has had several, including an Akita Inu named Yume, a Karakachan named Buffy, and a black Labrador named Coney, who passed away a few years ago. And so, that's a day in the life of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, we want to know what you think of his daily routine. Are you a night owl, or do you prefer to get up early in the morning? Leave us your answer in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. We also invite you to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss our content. Until next time, goodbye.